Hey, what's up guys? My name is Kiya Boyd. Welcome back to my channel. Nice to see you all again. Hi, hello. So today I got a little story I want to tell y'all about the time I joined a cult. Accidentally. The story is kind of weird to say the least, but hey, it makes good material for y'all to listen to and maybe you won't make the same mistake that I did. Now, when I first got here, I didn't know nothing about cults. I didn't know nothing about that life, nothing about what was going on with the cult and the stuff and the thingies. So I kind of had to figure that out, that when random people walk up to you in the streets and they ask you, can they talk to you for a minute and stuff like that, of course you think it's like people soliciting you, or of course you think it's like some little shady, sketchy stuff. That's where I ended up messing up at when I first got here, because I thought that these people were genuinely trying to be my friends. I'm just like, wow, they so impressed that I'm just like a foreigner and they just want to talk to me. Very naive thinking, to say the least. Very freaking naive thinking. But I was very naive when I first came here. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was a little stupid. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I guess I kind of had to figure out the hard way that everybody here don't like me just because I'm a foreigner. So you gotta sit here and listen to this whole story, because this just, it's a mess. So I'm gonna start with my family background. So I grew up in a Christian household. Very religious, very spiritual kind of household. And both of my parents are Christians. All my family, that's pretty much 99.9999% of my family. The other percentage is more so like, I believe in God, I guess. So me coming to Korea, I just kind of was like feeling a little bit lonely at first. And I thought, you know, growing up, the only thing I had really known was like my church life. When I tell y'all my family would go to church every Sunday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, all the freaking days of the week almost, just for whatever we needed to go to church for. Maybe we had dance practice, maybe we had choir, maybe we had some extra Bible study. I don't freaking know, but we was going to church all the freaking time. It didn't occur to me at the time that that's how I was making friends and like, you know, being active and outgoing with other people, because people at school didn't really understand me and kind of thought I was weird. Kitschy! Talk so doggone loud. So yeah, nobody at school really understood me. I was the weird kid, weird church girl, weird religious girl, all this other stuff. Growing up, obviously I like grew out of that like weird stage of my life. Not the church thing per se, but like who I was. Like I didn't really know who I was. As I got older, I became a little less spiritual and religious and was more so just like, you know, I believe in God. I pray, I go to church from time to time, but it wasn't like, it's not like my life. Like it's just not the only focus that I have. Like that's just, it just changed a lot for me. So I got here and I was really lonely and I was just like, maybe I should just like go to church and make friends and like get into the Bible more and kind of like find myself again. Great idea, right? But I think that that timing in my life was a very vulnerable time. A lot of weird stuff happened around that time. And this is one of them. When I first got to Korea, I got invited to churches a lot. Like I got invited to church all the time. And I met this girl one day who approached me on the street and asked me, you know, if she could talk to me. And I thought it was gonna be like some weird scam or something like that. But she was actually like really pleasant. And she asked me like, oh, I want someone to speak English with and I just wanna practice my English, but I also wanna make friends. And then she asked me about like my life and background and stuff like that. And I, you know, told her a little bit about my family, about me wanting to find a church home. And that was the gateway to some BS. So this girl invites me to this church, right? I think at this point, like I could totally trust her. She sounds like really cool. You know, she's really nice to me. I didn't really see any red flags. And to be honest, there weren't any. She was really, really nice girl. So I gave it a try and she invited me to come to her church probably 2 weeks after we became friends. And I said, okay. I was actually really excited because I'm just like, I'm gonna make some new friends. I'm about to talk to new people. I'm about to have myself a church home. So I was really excited, right? I was good. And so we go inside the building and the church is kind of like oddly placed in some random room inside of like this huge building. So of course, you know, I'm thinking it's just a small church. There's really nothing wrong with that. She said that this church was one of many, but I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a small little sector of a church. Okay, cool, a small little part of the big mega churches that they usually have. But I thought it was more comfortable, more homey for me. You know, with the big churches, you'll get lost in kind of like all the rest of the congregation. So I thought, you know, it'd be more focused on everybody as an individual. I sat down with her. I waited until they started, all this other stuff. It was a really good service. So then a woman pastor came up and then she started the service and I was actually having a pleasant time. Like I was having a good time listening and I felt like my soul was being refreshed and everything. Up until the point she started saying some stuff that didn't really match what I read in the Bible. And it wasn't like a different translation of it. It was completely different I'm not necessarily like a specific denomination of Christian, like Methodist or Baptist or anything like that. I was just raised Christian. So I just have like basic beliefs of Christianity. But it was sounding real weird. She was like putting this dude, like this man in the stories that she was talking about. And I asked my friend, I said, who this man? And she said, he like our leader or something. Yeah, that's when it got real awkward for me. Cause I'm like, what? Girl, what you mean your leader? You mean like the leader of the pastor people? She said, no, like this our leader. That's what I knew. I f***ed up. So at that point, it was just a little weird for me. So I stopped becoming interested and became more and more cautious and was kind of like sitting back like, and I was praying to God that they did not like actually like call me out or talk to me or anything like that, because I was just feeling real out of place there. So I sat through the whole thing. I didn't leave or anything like that, because I was like, maybe she gonna, I don't know, give me something else to talk about. Maybe she gonna give me some words, some like good advice or something like that. This whole thing just ended up being about this man that I'd never heard of before, and something about him being like Jesus almost, just basically like that. It was really freaking strange. So I wanted to get out of there. We couldn't do that yet because, you know, I ain't gonna be rude. I ain't just gonna, you know, pop up and leave. So I asked her, what time can we leave? Like, it's because I ain't went to church in a while, so I'm a little tired. So I just wanna go home real quick, get a little nap in. Sorry girl, but I'm real sleepy. She said I gotta meet the pastor first. And I met the pastor. The lady was real nice, real nice. There was other foreigners there too, so that kind of made me feel more comfortable. But in the end, it made me a little weary, you know? From that point on, I was like, I really don't want to come back, because I really like the vibe there, a little strange. But I thought maybe I had misjudged it, you know? Maybe I was just making stuff up in my mind. Still naive at that time, but maybe, just maybe, I was overreacting. So I asked if my Korean friends wanted to go, and they told me yes, they would. So I asked if they would like to go together. They said yeah, like they don't have no problem with that. So I asked my Korean friend, the one who originally invited me, to go. And I asked her if my friends could come, like the Korean couple. And then she said, it's a Korean guy and a girl? I said, yeah, it's a guy. Her response was, well, I kind of just want you to come alone. Like, it would be better if you just came by yourself. Hold up. That was the last straw. That was the red flag on a red flag on a red flag. I was just baffled. I didn't know what to say to her at that point. I was just kind of like, oh, she tripping. So I told her at that point, yeah, I won't be able to make it to church next week. I didn't really know how to tell her up front that I just didn't want to go anymore, but I told her like, oh, I won't be able to make it next week. 2 days later, she blocked me. Blocked me completely. I was grateful because I didn't actually have to go through with like kind of telling her like I didn't want to come back to her church, but it was still kind of like, dang, she just blocked me like that? Like, what I do to you? Girl, I thought Jesus was about loving kindness. You out here blocking me. Like, what I do to you? So we'll just say that day I learned a very valuable lesson. Don't freaking go to random people's churches if you haven't vetted out the church completely, if you haven't done your research on it and all this other stuff. At this point, I'm going to churches that have websites that I can kind of look and see like what's going on, because you just can't be trusting anybody. I was a little desperate for friends back then, but now not so much. So if somebody approaches me on the street these days, I'm pretty much walking the other direction. I'm just kind of like, oh, let me turn around. Habla no inglés. Like I have to say something else. Like I gotta speak like another language. Whatever language that they ain't speaking, I gotta speak that, because I just don't want to be rude. I'm not rude to them. Like I won't be rude to them and be like, don't talk to me. But I feel like awkward. I'm trying to avoid them, you know? And I just want to make this clear because I know I'm about to get some comments. Because people don't sit there and watch the whole freaking video. Y'all get on my doggone nerve. And I just gotta stress this for those that are probably gonna be in my comments, because some of y'all don't read, can't read, won't read, whatever. It's not all Korean people that are like this. It's just a select few culty people that like to approach people and make you join their church or try to convince you to join their cult or whatever. There's a chance that it'll probably happen to you if you come here. Like someone will approach you at least once out of the time you're gonna be here. Just my prediction, because it's happened to me numerous times. If y'all must know, the Korean churches run Korea. They pretty much control like everything. But that is something that happened to me, and these days, no, I don't have a church home. I pretty much am going online now because of COVID, so don't really have a choice. But once COVID is over, probably gonna still go online, because I just don't know who to trust no more. So yeah, that's me joining a cult accidentally story. Not really a funny time for me, but it was pretty interesting, and I'm happy I get to tell that to everybody heard. So thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment down below, tell me your thoughts. What do you think about me joining this freaking cult by accident? And if you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to push that subscribe button right now. Please do that. And while you're pushing the subscribe button, don't forget to push the bell. Bell's very important if you want to get updates and notifications from me when I upload and things like that. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Instagram is the best way to keep up with me and my life. You can comment underneath my Instagram posts because all the time I'm gonna see it. And most of the time I'm gonna comment back to you and reply to you because I like doing that stuff. And I love seeing your comments, and I love seeing y'all showing me love on Instagram. So thanks so much for following me there. If you're not, go follow me there. Also, I have a Twitter now, so follow me on Twitter. I have a Facebook page if you wanna go ahead and like that. I don't really post anything there, but it's there in case you guys wanna go see that. And that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Don't join no cults.